What is required for a firearm to be legally sold in California? A. A background check on the buyer only. B. The firearm must be approved by the California Department of Justice, DOJ. C. The firearm must be registered with the seller. D. A special state-issued license. Answer: B. In California, all firearms must be approved by the California Department of Justice, DOJ, before they can be legally sold. Which of the following is an exception to California's law banning the open carry of handguns? A. If the handgun is unloaded. B. If the individual has a valid concealed carry permit. C. If the handgun is in a holster and visible. D. There are no exceptions. Answer: D. In California, there are no exceptions to the ban on openly carrying handguns in public, even if the handgun is unloaded or in a holster. Which of the following items is required to be placed on a firearm for safe storage under California law? A. A biometric fingerprint lock. B. A cable lock. C. A key-operated safety mechanism. D. A safety indicator pin. Answer: B. Under California law, firearms must be secured with a cable lock or stored in a locked container when not in use to prevent unauthorized access. What is the maximum number of long guns, rifles and shotguns a person can purchase in California within a 30-day period? A. 1. B. 3. C. 5. D. 10. Answer: B. California law limits the purchase of long guns, rifles and shotguns to 1 per 30-day period, similar to handguns. In California, what is the penalty for selling or giving a firearm to a prohibited person, such as a felon? A. A fine of $500. B. A misdemeanor charge with a sentence of up to 1 year in county jail. C. A felony charge with a possible sentence of up to 3 years in prison. D. Revocation of the firearm dealer's license. Answer: C. Selling or transferring a firearm to a prohibited person, such as a convicted felon, is a felony offense in California, with penalties including up to 3 years in prison. Under California law, which of the following is considered a prohibited person who is not allowed to possess firearms? A. A person with a restraining order against them. B. A person with a misdemeanor conviction for domestic violence. C. A person who has been adjudicated mentally ill. D. All of the above. Answer: D. Under California law, a prohibited person includes individuals with certain restraining orders, misdemeanor domestic violence convictions, or mental health adjudications. What must be done if a person moves to California and wants to bring their firearm with them? A. Register the firearm with the local police. B. Notify the California Department of Justice within 60 days. C. Complete a background check to transfer the firearm. D. Nothing, as long as the firearm is legal in the state. Answer: B. California law requires individuals moving to the state to report the presence of their firearms to the California Department of Justice within 60 days of moving. Which of the following can be legally owned in California, despite being classified as an assault weapon in other states? A. A semi-automatic rifle with a fixed magazine. B. A short-barreled shotgun. C. A fully automatic firearm. D. A firearm with a pistol grip. Answer: A. A semi-automatic rifle with a fixed magazine can legally be owned in California, even if other features of the firearm are typically classified as assault weapon features. What must a California resident do if they wish to own a destructive device such as a grenade? A. Apply for a special license with the Department of Justice. B. Show proof of military service. C. Complete a firearms safety course. D. No special requirements are necessary. Answer A. California law requires individuals who wish to own destructive devices, such as grenades, to apply for a special license through the Department of Justice. What is the age requirement for purchasing a handgun from a licensed dealer in California? A. 18 years old. B. 21 years old. C. 25 years old. D. 16 years old. Answer B. The minimum age for purchasing a handgun from a licensed dealer in California is 21 years old. When purchasing a firearm in California, what kind of background check is required? A. Only a criminal background check. B. Only a mental health background check. C. A comprehensive background check including criminal and mental health history. D. No background check is required. Answer C. A comprehensive background check, including both criminal and mental health history, is required when purchasing a firearm in California. What must be done if a firearm is permanently altered or destroyed in California? A. It must be reported to the Department of Justice. B. It must be registered as a new firearm. C. It can be discarded without notification. D. Nothing, as long as the alteration is legal. Answer A. If a firearm is permanently altered or destroyed, the owner must report it to the Department of Justice to update their records. In California, what should a gun owner do if they want to sell their firearm to someone who is not a relative? A. Have the buyer and seller complete a private sale agreement. B. Have the transaction processed by a licensed firearm dealer. C. Complete a background check without using a dealer. D. Sell the firearm without any legal steps. Answer B. In California, private firearm sales must be processed by a licensed firearm dealer who will conduct a background check on the buyer and complete the necessary paperwork. Under California law, which of the following is required when purchasing ammunition? A. A valid concealed carry permit. B. A firearm safety certificate. C. A background check for all ammunition purchases. D. A waiting period. Answer C. Starting in 2018, California requires a background check for all ammunition purchases to help ensure that prohibited individuals do not obtain ammunition. Which of the following is a condition for legally possessing a firearm in California after being convicted of a felony? A. The person can only possess a firearm after completing probation. B. The person must receive a court order restoring their firearm rights. C. The person may possess a firearm only for hunting purposes. D. The person can possess a firearm immediately after parole. Answer B. A convicted felon must receive a court order to restore their firearm rights before they can legally possess a firearm again in California. What is the law regarding firearm registration in California for firearms acquired out of state? A. The firearm must be registered with the Department of Justice within 30 days of bringing it into the state. B. The firearm must be registered only if it is an assault weapon. C. The firearm must be registered within 6 months of bringing it into the state. D. There is no need to register an out-of-state firearm. Answer A. California law requires firearms brought into the state from out of state to be registered with the Department of Justice within 30 days of arrival. Which of the following types of firearms is legal to purchase in California? A. A fully automatic rifle. B. A firearm with a 30-round detachable magazine. C. A firearm with a thumbhole stock. D. A firearm that is legally registered and does not meet assault weapon criteria. Answer D. In California, firearms that are legally registered and do not meet the definition of an assault weapon are legal to purchase. In California, what is the penalty for possessing a firearm with an altered serial number? A. A fine of up to $10,000. B. A misdemeanor with up to 1 year in county jail. C. A felony with a possible sentence of 3 years in state prison. D. No penalty if the firearm was legally purchased. Answer: C. Possessing a firearm with an altered or removed serial number is a felony in California, punishable by up to 3 years in state prison. When is it legal to discharge a firearm in public in California? A. When hunting with a valid hunting license. B. Only at a licensed shooting range. C. When you are defending yourself. D. It is never legal to discharge a firearm in public. Answer: B. It is generally illegal to discharge a firearm in public in California, except when hunting with a valid license or at a licensed shooting range. What is the maximum number of rounds a magazine can legally hold in California for most firearms? A. 5 rounds. B. 10 rounds. C. 15 rounds. D. 20 rounds. Answer: B. In California, the maximum number of rounds a magazine can legally hold is 10 for most firearms, with some exceptions for law enforcement and specific firearm models. In California, which of the following is required for the sale of a firearm to be completed? A. A written contract between the buyer and seller. B. The firearm must be inspected by a licensed gunsmith. C. The buyer must undergo a background check. D. The firearm must be registered with the Department of Justice before the sale. Answer: C. The buyer must undergo a background check as part of the process when purchasing a firearm in California. This ensures the buyer is eligible to own a firearm. What is the law regarding firearm storage in California for a household with children? A. Firearms must be stored in an open, unlocked area. B. Firearms must be stored with a safety device or in a locked container. C. Firearms can be stored in an unlocked drawer. D. Firearms can be stored in a safe as long as it is not in the bedroom. Answer: B. In California, firearms must be stored either with a safety device or in a locked container if there are children in the household, to prevent unauthorized access. In California, what is the law concerning the possession of high-capacity magazines? A. It is legal to possess high-capacity magazines if they were manufactured before 2000. B. It is legal to possess high-capacity magazines if they are registered with the DOJ. C. High-capacity magazines are generally prohibited, but may be possessed if lawfully acquired before the law change. D. There are no restrictions on magazine capacity. Answer: C. California generally prohibits the possession of high-capacity magazines, those holding more than 10 rounds, but individuals who lawfully acquired them before the law change can continue to possess them. What is the penalty for violating California's laws related to firearm ownership without a firearm safety certificate? A. A fine of $1,000 and community service. B. A misdemeanor with possible jail time. C. A felony charge with a possible fine of $10,000. D. A warning from the local sheriff's office. Answer: B. Violating California's firearm ownership laws, such as not having a firearm safety certificate, is considered a misdemeanor and can result in jail time or fines. What is the primary responsibility of California's Department of Justice, DOJ, regarding firearms? A. To issue concealed carry permits. B. To maintain a registry of firearm owners. C. To approve all firearms before they can be sold. D. To regulate hunting and firearm competitions. Answer: B. The primary responsibility of the California Department of Justice, DOJ, regarding firearms is to maintain a registry of firearm owners and ensure compliance with state laws.